Manager of this beautiful golf course, Colonel A. the Aeroplaza Panchkula Golf League, and we are delighted to share with you that we've had a phenomenal response to a league which has been put together in very short time. And to tell you more about the league, our dignitaries on the dais are going to tell.
Thank you, Digraj.
Would you like the mic?
Yeah, I think that makes. Thank you, Digraj. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this curtain raiser or a press conference on the Panchkula Golf League, which has been in the making for the last couple of years. The Panchkula Golf Course, being a public course, had to take its time, get the approvals to put the league in place. 9-member organizing committee was constituted, and we looked at all the ongoing models of league organization in the country. BPGC, Chembur, Royal Calcutta, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, DLF, Delhi, Gurgaon other clubs, Chandigarh Golf League. A lot of debate happened on the current existing circumstances in the golf course, the intensity of players here, the golf education of most of the club level players here, and on that basis we have devised a very interesting format. I'm sure as you follow the golf league and the matches, you will find a very fair and robust system has been put in place to take care of aberrations, to make golfing fun for all the teams, to make it very challenging for all the teams, to really infuse the spirit of competition in a jovial but serious way too. A lot of thought has gone into it, a lot of research has gone into it, and I'm sure there is room for improvement, as would always be the case, but we have really tried very hard to bring an element of fairness and a level platform for everyone concerned. Digraj and Colonel Dhillon and Digraj's team has been constantly working with us in developing different documents, different systems of the league in operation. A beautiful, very smooth app has been designed. There's a backup of scorecard scoring as well, and I'm sure this league is going to be a lot of fun for the next 15-16 days. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And with this, I must tell you that in a very short time, thanks to the robustness in the system, as sir said, there were 16 team owners, and those 16 team owners have played a stellar role in enabling that this league becomes a reality. I will take the names a little later, but more than the team owners, the equal amount of support comes from the sponsors. We were delighted to get a title sponsor in very short time, thanks to the help of the team owners here and the committee here and Colonel Dhillon sir. And it gives me great pleasure to request the Managing Director of Aeroplaza, our title sponsor for the tournament, for the entire league, to kindly address this beautiful gathering.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. sir. Thank you, Mr. Kurdu. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Vishal. We are developing a 5-acre project name of Aeroplaza. Our group name is Shuddh Gold. The project is spread over 5 acres, is situated in G Block, Aero City, and we are developing around more than 400 units on the airport road. And first of all, I want to thank Mr. Colonel Dhillon. His energy was superb. We first met him, I think within 10 minutes we finalized that we are going to do this event. Because
Well done.
Yeah, hats off to you, sir. Because it was also, look, we are also new in the real estate project. I am doing real estate from last 15 years, but this is my first project. We are doing another project called Mohali Plaza. That's a different project. That's our sold out project. So we like to come up with something which is fresh in the market. I like the challenges. Like as you everyone know, this league came into action within few weeks only. Like it was planned from last 2 to 3 years, but all the effort done by Mr. Digraj Singh, the league came into action within few weeks. So it was a good challenge for them. Hats off to sir. And as everyone saw last night, the party was superb. So we wish every player, every team, everyone all the best. May the best team win, and we hope to continue our association with the golf league in next years also. And one suggestion also I gave yesterday, and if we plan our league for youngsters under 16, under 19 or under 30, we are happy to sponsor that league also. Thank you.
Vishalji, that's music to the ears of everybody sitting here, and thank you very much for that. And the credit goes to the organizing committee and Colonel Dillon, because actually a lot goes into putting a league together, and there are many dimensions to ensuring that a fair play platform is created. And a lot of this effort has been spearheaded by the general manager of the club and somebody who's been a driving factor, supporting factor on many fronts. May I request Colonel A.S. Dillon to kindly say a few words, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I deserve all the kudos that have been given to me. Maybe the choke in my voice will convey to you my feelings at the moment. This league was the brainchild of the club, as Mr. Kudu mentioned. And I will give a date, 23rd December was the first decision taken. And within 3 months, we're having the league going with the launch party yesterday and the support of Aeroplaza. There can be no amount of wishes that we have for the Aeroplaza team and Mr. Vishal in particular, that they have been supporting us. And of course, music to my ears now is the league for youngsters and maybe people between 30 and 50 as well. We're looking forward to it. And I wish all the team owners and all their players all the very best to have a good 15 days of good golfing ahead, which also will be a big boost to this event, this golf committee as such, and the golf fraternity in the city of Panchkula and Tri-City in the whole. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the key elements to a successful tournament is the opportunity of creating a fair play, and a lot goes into ensuring that. There are very detailed rules that have been put into place in consultation with the organizing committee. The conditions of competition are detailed, very innovative, and they will ensure that everybody has to play his best. There are two different strategies of golf being played. The entire league will be played in 2 stages. There's a round robin stage where the rules are slightly different. There's a stableford scoring system that's being put into play to assess the performance of the players. And once you get to the knockout stages, there's a match play system. But before I tell you anything more about them, the enforcement of rules and ensuring that there's a fair play available for everybody, the course has to be marked correctly, the rules have to be appropriate, they have to make sense to the entire diversity of participation that is there. And we have with us one of the finest referees in the country. He's a TARS 3 trained referee, as they say, from the Royal and Ancient Scotland, RNA. And Swadhin Patel has officiated as the chief referee at the Delhi Golf Club League, at various other leagues that have been done across the country. I'm going to request Swadhin to say a few words.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Digraj, sir. All the other leagues were straightforward match plays, and this league, the tournament committee came up with very unique format of combining Stableford points with match play winning holes. It's going to be very intense. 160 players will be playing every single day. during the round robin stage, and every player will play all the 18 holes, so it's going to be intense and long days for us, and we are hoping a very exciting tournament. Thank you.
Long but enjoyable days.
Swadhin will be supported by two very exceptional referees as well. There is Shehzad Ali, who's coming from Delhi, and then we have a very local champion, H.S. Kang, who is also the secretary of the Chandigarh Golf Club. He's also supporting the rule officials as a third referee, and I think between them we have a panel of very, very quality referees who understand the sport and the way it's meant to be played. Just coming back to the format to give you an insight as to how innovative it is. A lot of deliberation has gone into it by the organizing committee, and it was shaped up in such a manner that every player, irrespective of handicap, age or ability, has to give his very best on every single hole. Now I'll tell you what it means. Like I said, there are two phases to the competition. There's a round robin phase. There are 16 teams. The 16 teams have been broken up into two groups of 8 each. In a group, each team will play the 7 other teams once. So when in a group, a team plays another team, they will nominate 5 pairs, which is 10 players, to play against the other team. A team has a total of 14 members. 10 will be nominated on a daily basis. Now, when one pair is playing another pair of the opposing team, on each hole, their score will be counted in a format called the Stableford format, which basically means is that you get points for whether you make a par or a birdie or a bogey. Depending on that, you get points, and the points of both the pair, members of a pair, will be compared with the points of the opposing pair to determine who wins the hole. So just to clarify a little further, Kundu sir is playing with Vishal Dhal as one pair against me and Swadhin. On the first hole, he makes a net par, he gets 2 points. Sir makes a net birdie, he gets 3 points. The total is 5. We both make net par each, so we get a total of 4. And as a result of having a higher total of points on the first hole, they win the hole. And like that, when they play 18 holes, the total number of wins by them will be compared by the total number of wins with us. And that will be the total of number of wins by the pairs. The totals by all the 5 pairs will now be counted, and the team which has a higher number of wins actually wins the match. So it comes down to that every hole itself is a match in itself. And when one team beats the other team by having a higher total number of wins, they will get 3 points for the win that day. So it's a very innovative format which forces every player to play his very best, and based on the performance, the team performances will be captured, and eventually based on the total points, 4 teams from each group will make it into the knockout stages. The knockout stages will be played in a format called the 4-ball, better ball, match play format. Now, stroke play and Stableford requires a different strategy of play. Match play, 4-ball, better ball requires a different strategy of play. So a player and a team will be tested at all levels, having to play strategically in the knockout in the earlier stages, and aggressively in the match play stages. And as a result of all this, we're expecting that we'll have a true test of what's happening on the golf course, and the best teams will emerge forward. To make it fair, there's also a dynamic handicapping system that's been created that, based on performance, some players who are having exceptional performances, their handicaps will be reduced on a day-to-day basis and there's a full strategy to that as well. I think there's a lot of technical information already communicated, but in a sense, we are looking at a very innovative format, a very inclusive format, and there's an opportunity for every player to contribute towards the success of his team. I think with that, there's a lot of information in the media release that's with you as well, but we will now open up the floor to any questions that you may have. And with this, and before I do that, by the way, let me just quickly tell you, our team owners of all the 16 teams are also here. We'll have a quick group picture at the end with all the team owners there. And in case you would wish to ask them some questions, please take the liberty of doing that, because you will understand from them independently what strategies they have used to structure and put their teams together. It might give you an additional insight into what innovations have gone into this league. With this, I'm opening the floor to questions. Please feel free to ask any question that you may have. Yes, sir.
My question, since you've named it a league, it has a particular connotation relating to professionalism. League has to be really professional. How difficult was it to get 16 teams from a place like that, Panchkula? And now, in total, there will be 224 tests. So far, whatever tournaments I've seen here, you could hardly have about 60, 40, 50 people.
So first of all, thank you for the question. And so may I answer that, or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So first of all, the league term has been used for amateur golf now, and all the leagues that are happening in different parts. There are some amateur leagues. There's a pro league also coming up, and so the name and terminology league is being used everywhere. To the credit of the club, when they decided to host this league, and they put the initial blueprint of thoughts and ideation together, and they informed the member base that there's going to be a small evening where all those who are interested to acquire a team should meet with the committee. We were initially planning 12 teams, am I right? They had 20 confirmations the same day, and that reflects the confidence that the team owners had in the organizing committee, that they are putting a very, very good structure into place which will help the entire ecosystem evolve and get vibrant, because we've seen this across the country that wherever the leagues have been held, the culture of the club has evolved on many levels. If I may take another 30 seconds to tell you that the awareness of rules has improved, competition is making people practice harder, play more, the driving ranges are full. Whether it's a senior golfer who's 70 plus, or whether it's a junior golfer, or whether it's a mid-level golfer or a lady, they're all practicing harder. The games are improving. And I think there's something they're already seeing now. The club is full, the Shamiana is full. Yesterday's launch party was an unimaginably successful attendance. So a lot of this is thanks to also the support the media gives to create awareness about it. You've done a great job in the way you support the Chandigarh Golf League, and we're hoping that you will give us the same support here so that we have more Aeroplaza and more leagues and more such contests happening out here.
Let me just add a few things to the background of the whole thing. When we started looking at the organization of the league, we were not really sure how many players would actually be interested. And our guess was that we should have about 180 people who would actually register to play the league. When the registrations finished, we had over 420 players who were interested. Similarly, when we were anticipating the number of people interested in creating a team, forming a team, we used to think that 12, 13, 14 would actually be a good number. There are leagues known to have 6 or 8 team participation also. Chandigarh has probably 22 teams now. But we thought that 12 would be actually a good figure to have. But when the earnest money and the applications came in, we were thrilled to see that more than 20 people are actually interested. So we drew lots and we actually drew 16 teams out of those, still thinking that maybe we don't have enough number of people who will be playing the leagues and they will not be able to find good players for the teams. So we were happily proven wrong in our anticipation on both the occasions. And the way the league has electrified the atmosphere of the golf course in the last 2 months, it is, you have to see it to believe it. You don't find a parking slot, you don't find a caddy, you don't find a playing slot. People are, I don't think Panchkula golfers have ever put in this much of effort into their game as they have in the last 2 months. It's been great.
Very close to the money.
How many ladies are participating?
How many ladies?
Hello.
Can you, yeah.
How many ladies are participating and they are from Nigeria or from the other side?
So we wanted to be very inclusive so far as senior citizens and ladies are concerned. It was a condition of the team that there has to be at least one lady player and one senior player. Senior player means a player of more than 70 years of age in the team. So every team has to have at least one lady, but I think there are 2 teams which have more than one lady players playing.
They are from Nigeria or from other side also?
Sorry?
The ladies are from Nigeria or from other side?
No. All the players in the league are members of the Panchkula golf course. They can be members of the Chandigarh golf course as well, but they have to be primary members of the Panchkula golf course.
Is there any prize or models as medals also given to the winner team, first, second, third?
Yes, trophies will be there, medals will be there, cash prizes will also be there for the first, second, third and fourth teams, and also consolation prizes to the balance 4 teams which have made it to the knockout round but could not actually win a position. So yes, a good satisfaction level as far as recognition of their performance goes in terms of prizes and memorabilia and also some cash.
As a matter of fact, we had 28 names for ladies. Out of 28 ladies, we got our club strength to play golf regularly. 28 of them. Active participation almost every day. The figure actually is touching about 34, 35 at the moment. And we had 86 senior members who wanted to play who are above 70. The league has also motivated me to do one thing, that we have created a new team, which we call it as a yellow tea, in which we are only going to write super seniors and senior ladies. Whereas they will get the privilege of playing from
Should I clarify that?
shorter distance of the age of 80 and above, and senior ladies above 70. After the league will be starting with that.
And just another bit of information, we have also permitted the teams to bring a player from outside, meaning a player who does not belong to the Panchkula golf course, with the idea that sterling players coming from outside and playing in the league will also bring a sense of greater quality, greater discipline, greater understanding of the game and a greater sense of competition. So I think 11 teams have actually gone for that option, and there are members who are, but very few members who are actually not members of the Panchkula golf course.
Any more questions?
Well, since you have taken a very bold step of launching this league, so one of the main reasons for launching a league and review tournament is always to encourage others also to start playing. Have you considered bringing some school children or to actually get a feel of the tournament?
Yeah.
The club has got 120 student vacancies for children, where the entrance fees is minimal, where the monthly subscription is minimal. And we find student members who have become, who are now members of the club from the age of about 7 or 8 years old. Till 21 they remain as student members. To start off a few years back, this figure was only 20, which in the last 4 years we have made it to 120 now, which is a boost for the children to play. Along with this, there may be a question that how do we help the caddies who come and play over here, who are from the BPL category, I would say at the moment. We in our club permit our caddies to play twice a week on Monday and Fridays. out of which few of them we got them to do the 10th plus, and 2 boys have been enrolled by the Indian Railways after that. And about 5 or 6 of them are also playing, which we hope in about next 2 years they'll become part of the PGTI team, where they professionally they become good golfers, and they, in order of merit, that they're able to get into the cut and make some money from that.
Sir, can I take the liberty of asking you another question, sir? It just might help the others too. 130 acres of golf course is not the easiest thing to maintain, and especially when you get into a competition and you have additional rounds of golf being played, the pressures on the course are even more intense than before. Maybe a small insight as to what all you've done to really get this into shape, and what kind of phenomenal effort has gone into making it a championship course.
That's a tricky question that he's asking. We have 144 acres of land belonging to the government of Haryana, that's HSVP, and they were at one point of time decided to have this sector as a sports sector where this golf course was designed. This also has the footprint of, sorry, not footprint, the imprint of Mr. Jack Nicholas, because the design was also shown to him in the year 1998, and he approved that, which very few people or our members are aware of at the moment. Looking after 140 acres of land is a difficult process. We in the golfing circles have a very simple saying: looking after a golf course is more difficult than looking after the pedicure and manicure ladies' hands and feet. This simple thing called grass is one of the most resilient things that you can find. It will go dry, little water makes it green. Winters it goes dormant, you can do whatever you feel like. We hope for good, bright sunshine these days, and continuous maintenance day and night. The staff works day and night. We start our daily routine at 4 o'clock in the morning. And of course, the state government has helped us a lot by ensuring that we use only tertiary water for our irrigation. And for our information, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 6 years, we have not drawn a single drop of water from the subsoil for irrigation of our golf course. My staff has done a wonderful job. And of course, members do come and enjoy it, and they all support us in our daily work. And if there's something which is not correct at some place, they always come and tell me, please get this done and everything will be okay. And we look after the golf course, and we make sure that we address the point that it was given to us. Anything else, Siddharth?
No, thank you, sir. I thought it would be useful to know what all goes into it, because it's quite a phenomenal effort. And ladies and gentlemen, just also want to mention to you, one of the reasons for having a referee and a referee panel of this caliber is that rules are going to be strictly enforced. The sport becomes cleaner, more palatable, and reflective of true performance when the referees do a good job and make sure the rules are followed very diligently. So I think any comments you may want to just tell the media about refereeing and ruling, and what kind of efforts are going to be put in by you and your team?
Most of the players who are playing the leagues are very experienced, as I have seen in the last 2 days here in the club. So, and pretty aware also about the rules. We'll mostly focus on pace of play. We'll make them play within the time that the committee has decided. And also we'll be there to help with any kind of rules issue they may face. And we welcome if they have any queries regarding any rules or anything. We'll try and clarify it to their satisfaction.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, please.
For example, I'm ready to be off. If there is some disturbance, and I step back. Because you know in golf you need arm environment, your arm से मतलब ball मार पाएगा. Then what? I am there, कर ले. अब पीछे से कोई चला गया, हम पीओ पे रह गए, पीछे कोई आ जाए, या कुछ हो जाए, तो क्या करना?
Sir, the disturbance and the situations beyond the control of that particular player is not counted within that player's time, that 40 seconds.
Okay, that's a technical question, but we also had a rules clinic. Swadhin and his team will also be available at 3 o'clock on the main launch, just in case of any more queries like that, which are golf oriented. But please do join us that time. And if anybody from the media would like to stay back to hear what they have to say in terms of some technicalities, you're absolutely welcome. Sir.
Yeah, just one piece of information, especially for the media. So the league has been constituted essentially for 3 years. This is the first edition of a 3-year league that we are looking at right now. And since this was the first edition of the league, and we did not really have an idea of how much support we are going to get from the players or the sponsors or officials, so we had to be very risk averse for this particular edition of the league. But the next 2 editions of the league are actually going to be even more exciting, and more passionate play will be in evidence in the next 2 leagues. So it is not just a one-off event that is going to happen. It is going to be there for the next 2 years as well.
Not related to the league, but how many members does the club have so far? Active members?
So we have got about 27 members in the club.
Vishalji, one question on corporate sponsorship. How much you feel is a need of the hour? You know, in particular the golf, because you've got a lot of talent, but somehow, you know, the talent needs some funding also. So as a corporate, what are your views?
So it's not about the corporate, it's about the energy of the team, the event. Everyone in the corporate world is willing to support anything which is new, which reaches to masses. If you say the golf doesn't reach to masses, I differ on that. It's not about cricket now. Golf is picking, lawn tennis is picking. Apart from cricket also, there are sports which we want to back. And it's all about the team, the organizing committee. Like they are very professional guys. I was shocked yesterday seeing the response, and I think everything which is being organized, the big hand goes to Mr. Digraj. His professionalism is up to the mark. The professionalism, because you know it's a government body, there are a lot of things which are beyond their control also. Even sorry, Kundu sir, don't take me otherwise.
Of course.
Because corporates doesn't gel with the governments. But even I know, I came to know that it's a government body a few days back only. But still, Mr. Kundu did phenomenal job. Every approvals, everything was on in time. So corporates are not keen for the marketing; they are keen for something new, because we are also new in the market. So this is what our approach is.
As a brand, what are the advantages that you see?
Advantages, like as a brand, we love the sales. But right now we're not emphasizing on the sales of Aeroplaza. Our emphasis is on the successful completion of this league. That sales can come later on. That we don't have. That's not a primary concern. We're not sponsoring for monetary benefits of Aeroplaza. Just for the league, just for the name of the Panchkula golf course, because the Chandigarh golf league has a lot of impact in Tri-City, and which Panchkula is lagging. So we just want to push it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Since it has been mentioned, so it is very interesting. why Panchkula Golf League had to be formatted in this unique combination of combined stable foot scoring and 4-ball better ball scoring, because the league itself is a very interesting combination of a public sector club getting into organizing a league which has to be done on a very corporate professional basis. And still, let me assure you, the organizing committee was very, very clear in its mind that we will not be cutting any corners. We are not going to ignore any due process of law in terms of acquisition, in terms of a fair auction happening, in terms of a fair expenditure happening. We were very clear from the beginning that the league is meant to create interest, and therefore we had decided that whatever budget becomes available by and large, we will be spending that budget for improvement of the course, for improvement of the event experience, so that the event itself becomes a sterling kind of an event, and while observing all the government rules which are mandatory for a club which is run by the government.